Lunch with Jewel. Take two. Today we're going to talk about diversity from a small business perspective. I just taped the entire live, went the entire live, and my mic was on mute. See, stuff happens all the time. What are you going to do? We roll with it. We roll with it. So, the topic for the day is about diversity from a small business perspective. And what I want to reflect on here in this talk is just a different perspective, because I believe as a small business owner, as an entrepreneur, I believe that my responsibility is to be ahead of the masses, so to speak, not because I'm smarter or faster or better, but because I'm in the thick of business and life and things. And so I'm closer to, I think, the pulse of stuff that's at least in my world. And I hope that will make me have different thinking about things. And so diversity is one of those things. And so a lot of people immediately, when we think of diversity, we think of race. We always think of racial or ethnic diversity. There's a lot of attention on, gender diversity. But what I don't like about this whole conversation that we have on diversity a lot of times is that it minimizes the value, the true value of diversity, because really we're always needing diversity. We are diversity. Every single person is different and unique. And so when I think of, from a small business perspective, when I think of diversity, I'm not thinking of adding a different person of a different color. I'm not saying, oh, I need an Asian person, I need an African-American person, I need an Indian person, I need, I'm not thinking like that. I'm thinking, what type of business do I want to create? And based on this type of business I want to create, this place where I want people to work, this culture that aligns with my brand, when I'm thinking about what that thing is going to be, now I want to say, what types of thoughts, what types of people, what types of perspectives do I need to create this thing, this collective body that is going to be my agency when it's all said and done, which is never really all said and done, but the place where I can be happy and say, oh, wow, I built that. Wow. And that is, I want to have open-minded, free-thinking people. I don't want anyone to feel that they are excluded, but I want to have different perspectives. And I want a culture where people respect different perspectives. I think one of the most interesting things I experienced in corporate life was that dynamic that people often talk about when a younger person comes in to a company where there's a lot of older people that have been working there and holding it down, right? And there was this kind of rip. Like sometimes it was no big deal. And what I found is that I managed projects before, and what I found is that the success or failure of those relationships really wasn't related to the age difference so much, is that it was the tolerance level of each party on the other one and the respect for their opinion and their value. There was a lack of respect for the value of the person that was coming in, and that's what caused kind of the emotional fisticuffs. And I think that diversity has to be, I respect you and what you bring to the table, and I want you to respect me and what I bring to the table. And a lot of times this whole sometimes it's on the part of the person. You walk in like, you're the boss and you got all this going on. You're confident and because you think that you know everything that you learned and that's all there is, right? As a young person. And the older person's like, man, you know what? You got some book knowledge, but you don't know jack about this right here. And the truth is they both, if they work together, there's a synergy that comes from the differences in perspective, the differences in opinion, the differences in experiences. So what I wanted to communicate for this talk in the sense of the value of diversity in a small business is I'm not going to go out and hire somebody just because their skin is a different color. I'm not going to go out and hire somebody just because I'm going to get some extra funding if I have this color person versus that color person. That's not the type of diversity I want. I want the diversity of thought. I want the diversity of personality. I want the quiet people. I want some of the quiet people. I want some of the hard rolling people. And I want everyone to understand and appreciate the value of all the people. And in that, we'll have diversity that will create something bigger than we individually could have ever created on our own, right? But I think there's too much attention given to diversity of color or culture or gender, and not enough just pure appreciation for the diversity of people, period. Because everyone's different. You might be able to find a group of people that have an opinion like your opinion on a thing, whether it's religion or politics or health and fitness. You can always find a group of people that will align with some sequence of thought. But if you really think about it, we're all individual, we're all unique, and we're all different. So it's not even a matter of having to physically do something to create diversity in your business. In my opinion, it's a matter of being able to appreciate the diversity that already exists and to value the diversity of everyone, not just the people who look different and the people who sound different and the people who dress different and the people who walk different. No, but just in general to understand that we are different and our differences together make us better. That sounds like a commercial. But anyway, that's what I was thinking today. And it was important enough for me to come out here a second time and redo this live. So I hope it's important to you, and I hope it's helpful for you. I hope it gives you a different perspective. Maybe it reminds you of how important it is to be a creator, to create your business, to be a creator versus and be intentional about the diversity that you incorporate into your business versus kind of being reactive and saying, oh, I got to have this number of, Black people and this number of Asian people or whatever, Hispanic people, whatever it is. Instead of being responding, let's be creators. I want to be a creator. I want to create the environment that is my business. I want to create the associations and the synergies that are going to make for a great culture for me to work in. I don't want to be responsive all the time. Now, my creation will probably most likely be responsive to the other factors, but I'm intentional about it. And at the end of the day, I'll get something that I set out to create. So with that, I hope this was helpful for you. If it was helpful, then please share the video. I love it when people share my video, and comment below. Tell me about what does diversity look like for you? What are some of the practices or the value that you've seen in diversity where you were just like, wow, I never would have thought of that. How many times have you said that with someone where you just go, wow, I never would have thought of it that way? That's the value in diversity, especially for a small business, because there are so few in the beginning. You want to be able to incorporate that into your business. So anyway, again, I hope that was helpful for you. Share the video, and I'll talk to you next time on Lunch with Jewel. Bye for now.